Hi everyone, welcome to my week 7 discussion post. For stage 4 of the Freedom Project, I chose activity A. I picked this one because it felt like the clearest way for me to actually see the everyday liturgies that shape me. I've realized that so many of my habits are just automatic, and I know this is something I've mentioned in previous videos, but it is a discovery of mine that stuck with me, and it's something that I want to be more mindful about changing, because these liturgies shape me, and I want to start paying attention to them. What really stood out to me about activity A is that it's not about making a huge dramatic change, but it's about noticing, and that's something that I've needed lately. I know there are patterns in my life, like how often I reach for my phone when I'm bored or stressed, that are basically my own secular liturgies. So they are shaping how I spend my time, where I put my attention, and even how I feel about myself. So by engaging in this experiment, I'm hoping to get a clearer picture of those patterns before I try to shift them. And I'm not sure if that makes sense, but that's what I'm hoping. Um, the goal of stage 4 is to discover the possibility of counter liturgies and to push back against our own secular liturgies. So for me, that means figuring out what rhythms in my life are actually unhelpful and then intentionally creating new ones that work in the opposite direction. I'm imagining small swaps, like replacing my morning social media scroll with a quiet walk outside. And then before bed, instead of doom scrolling on Instagram, I want to practice yoga. Activity A asks you to change your patterns around waking and sleeping for 4 days. So what I'll be doing is focusing on my nighttime routine and my sleep hygiene, and then my wake routine, and just the mental health hygiene around that. I hope this process will help me create counter liturgies that foster stillness, something that I desperately want to cultivate in my life but have a lot of trouble with. I want to create presence and connection. I want to build habits that remind me to slow down, notice where I am, and connect with what actually matters to me, whether that's my faith, my relationships, or just my own sense of peace. I'm curious to see how much of a difference a few small intentional practices could make when they're done consistently. I've seen it work with other projects throughout this course, and so I feel like I'm most excited for this project, and because it's creating like a longer practice, something that will stick with me throughout my life. I would love to see if I can just start my morning and end my day without my device. And I can't wait to hear what you all think and what projects you're choosing to participate in this week. Thank you so much.